Welcome to Christian Statesman. I'm your host, Zach Wagner, and this is episode 24. It's entitled, Biden Bait and Switch. As we watch President-elect Joe Biden stumble through a few minor press conferences and mispronounce the names of upcoming cabinet members he actually does not know, the question hangs in the air. How long will this pending Alzheimer's patient actually stumble through his term as president? It is clear that Harris is the person in this duo who is slated to take the leadership role of the most powerful country in the world. The press labels this as an historic election, with Harris checking all the right boxes of identity politics. The Vegas over-under on Biden actually remaining seated in the president's chair is probably around 3 months. But how did this happen? It was clear from the moment the entire primary field reluctantly surrendered to Biden and he began his campaign from his basement that Biden is an empty vessel. He is a figurehead that evokes warm memories of the Obama days among faithful Democrat constituents. But he is the definition of a long-standing Washington swamp creature, a corruptocrat of the highest order. And if you believe that his mental fitness is sustainable, or that Pelosi and the other sharks won't roll out Hunter Biden's laptop when it becomes convenient to use a scandal to initiate Harris, you are simply not paying attention. Let's review Harris's path to this illustrious position she now finds herself in. A brief review of actual history will reveal that the Democrats, and thus our country, are the dupes of the largest bait-and-switch operation in history. As the Democrat primaries kicked off in 2019, Kamala Harris found herself with the largest, most well-stacked war chest of any of the candidates. The big money was betting on her, but as the primary soldiered on, Harris, who's been identified as one of the 2 or 3 most radical members of Congress, gained no traction. She polled barely 3% across the nation. Pete Buttigieg was getting much stronger play than Harris could even imagine. When she could not poll above 7% in her own home state of California and running low on funds, Harris shut her campaign down in December. And she seemingly went back to her senatorial office to fade into the pages of irrelevance. Fast forward to March of this year, and a strong field moves aside for the coronation of Joe Biden, even though he could not finish better than 4th in a number of states. The press pretended that Biden's vice presidential pick was the big issue, the great political mystery to be unraveled. When Biden announced Harris, the game became clear. The switch was now complete. The same candidate that the money backed initially but garnered little interest from the voting public now sits one heartbeat away from the presidency. This should be concerning on many levels, regardless of your political orientation. If you are a Democrat, your constituency has been fleeced. The primaries clearly showed that no one wanted Harris. She is radical and generally unlikable. The media hype about the historic nature of her nomination does not offset the fact that voters from her own party had little interest in her. If you are a conservative, you are extremely concerned about someone with such radical outlooks, a person who literally slept her way into politics, having the largest voice in the affairs of our country. For anyone out there who believes Donald Trump is an unsavory character, what do you think you will get the day Harris seats herself behind the desk in the Oval Office? This Democrat party-led bait and switch should be very concerning, even to the casual observer. In what possible way would a Harris presidency reflect any will from the voice of the people? Biden is an empty vessel. Harris is the puppet placed in a position to step in as soon as that empty vessel is conveniently discarded. If this comes to pass, our nation is in serious trouble. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.